Welcome back, everyone. So glad you're here. I'm sitting in my 1985 Chevrolet K20 square body truck, the one that the government can't track or turn off, and I bought it to go along with my Rebel Outpost, which is a secure homestead that I'm building for myself, family, friends, and community. But today I want to talk to you not about my projects. I want to talk to you about the American people and how they're losing hope. I can sense out there, I sense it on the internet, I see it in person. A lot of folks are losing hope, and I understand it. I completely get it. If you turn on the news, you hear rumors of war, you hear about tariffs, you hear that the interest rates are not coming down, you hear about rising crime, rising food prices. The USDA announces that egg prices are going to go up by 40%. You hear constantly how bad everything is. Now, for me, this is difficult because I am an optimist, but I realize that I'm becoming more of a realist. And because I'm a realist, I'm out here in the middle of the woods building a homestead so I can be secure and I can have resources and share resources with other people. But it's difficult to watch what's happening in America. It's difficult to watch the hopelessness. It's difficult to see the videos of young people, middle-aged people, elderly people who are struggling. Social Security, fixed income is not enough. People are struggling. Food prices, gas prices, everything is squeezing the American people, which is leading to an attitude and a feeling of hopelessness. And if you keep putting people in vice grips, they're either going to break down or they are going to revolt. Somehow, some way, whether they quit their job and don't go to work or they revolt, as Americans have done before in history, they're not going to continue to put up with it. And I don't blame them. I feel them. I feel it every single day. It is no longer fun to do the things that I used to do. I'm losing joy in the interactions in the general public. You go to Walmart, oh man, go to Walmart if you want to see the state of America. Pajamas and slow moving people. Majority of people are extremely overweight. Now, don't get me wrong. The workers, a lot of them are very nice. They're upbeat. They're positive. I've been thoroughly impressed. Maybe that's because I'm in a small town and not in a big city. But you can see on people's faces that they're working jobs knowing they can't afford a house, knowing that the car payment that they're about to get for a decent car is going to be $800 plus. Let me ask you a question. Leave a comment how much you think car payments should be compared to what they are. I understand 25% of all new car buyers are paying over $1,000 a month for a car payment. That's incredible. That's insane. This is not necessarily their fault. If you need a car and you go to buy a new car and the payment is $1,000, what is somebody supposed to do? A man and a woman want to get married. They want to have children. They want to have 2.5 kids and a dog. I took my dog, who's sitting here in the seat right now asleep, I took my dog to the vet the other day to get some anti-tick medicine. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a pill. It lasts 3 months. I think Brevecta. They told me I had to have an appointment in order to do that. The appointment was $59, and they looked at the dog for a second, glanced over Rip, said he's healthy. Then I paid $78 for a 3-month pill, and I needed 2 of them. So what is that? That's $160 plus the $59. So we're at $200 and something. Now they tell me he needs heartworm this, he needs all that. So they recommend a $497 treatment set up for the whole day. And I'm just telling the lady, he needed an $18 rabies shot and some other things. And I told the lady, I said, how do people afford to have a dog if it's $500 every couple months? I mean, you have to pay for the things you own. I get that. But $400 and $500 to go to the doctor for your dog who's not even sick, and $59 for them to just glance at the dog and say, oh, he's healthy. It's a racket. The American people are hooked into a matrix, and that matrix is a system that wants you to buy more and more stuff and stay in debt. And that debt is the cage, that is the handcuff, that's the shackles that's keeping you and I strapped down, forced to work in jobs that we don't like, we don't enjoy, and we can't give back to community. But we're the ones buying the stuff. So if we can focus on getting out of debt, if we can focus on not buying nearly as much stuff, and perhaps for a while working with older vehicles or buying less of a house, although what's the average price of a home in America right now? $440,000. You go and get an average house payment, you're paying almost $3,000. It's not coming down. Housing is not coming down unless there is a housing's not coming down unless there is a major black swan event or a depopulation event. And if that happens, we're already in a mess. It's absolutely a shame to see hopelessness happening in America, but we're also kind of to blame. We're to blame because we're allowing it. We're sitting by thinking it's going to change. And the reality is it's not going to change. The politicians in place right now, they do not care about you. They do not care about me. And they sure as heck don't care about Rip or my family or my friends or my town. They care about being on TV, wearing that suit, shaking hands, kissing babies, and making it seem like they care, but they don't care. I care, your mom cares, your neighbor probably cares, but the politicians, they are not out there to help you. Yet, what does everybody say? I hear it all the time. Vote more. We got to vote. We got to get this guy in office. Well, you get this guy in office, you get that guy in office, and things still seem tough. You know it and I know it. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in the air. The American people are losing hope, and rightfully so. There's no reason for a country as great as ours, with the opportunity and the history and everything we have, to be in this position. But I'll tell you what, it is up to you and it is up to myself to get out there and build a whole new world. And I will tell you, that is hard work. It's so much easier to stay in comfort. I left a comment on somebody's YouTube the other day that I said, comfort is a silent killer. And he said, no, it's not. No, it's not. Inaction is. And I said, no, that's not accurate in my opinion, because a lot of people are taking action, but they're still not getting anything done. They're going to a football game, or they're riding a motorcycle, or they're doing whatever. These are all things I've done before. And those things are a distraction from the reality. And maybe their mind is not strong enough to handle what we're dealing with. But if you're not strong enough to handle this right now, what's coming on down the pipeline, how things are going to be in the future, it's going to take you out. Now is the time to say, I'm not going to be hopeless. I'm going to find a reason to get up and be positive, because if we continue down this road of hopelessness, it's going to take something really massive to bring us out. If you are a faith-based person, that could usher in a new dawn, so to speak, of a person that everybody looks to for hope. And that person could be someone that we don't want them to be. Maybe we're living in the end of times. Maybe we're not. Maybe Revelation is true during our lifetime. Maybe it will be true. It will be true at some point. I know that and you know that. The good news is we know the end of the story. The bad news is we are living in a sea of hopelessness. Thank you for everybody out there who puts on a smile. I know you're trying hard. I know life is not easy. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for anybody except those at the very top who prices don't affect, interest rates don't affect, because they are actually getting wealthier while you and I become poorer. You're being tracked on the internet. You're being sold and prodded and used, and you don't even know it. I am too. Social media, shut it down. If you're looking at what everybody else is doing, you're falling farther and farther into the trap, which is the matrix. The matrix has us. The only way out is self-reliance. The government cannot tax self-reliance. Not yet. They haven't figured out a way. Now, if you go sell your commerce, there will be some tax. But if you find a way to grow honey, if you harvest honey, grow tomatoes, grow food, process chicken, cut your own firewood, reduce your living expenses, go somewhere where you can connect with the land. Find a way, make a plan, decide if you're cut out for it. If you're an American, you have it inside you that you could do it. Now, whether or not you have reason to, if your why is big enough, you can go do it. But I'm going to tell you, I would not want to be in these cities. I would not want to be on these sidewalks, even in my hometown where I used to be. I would walk down the sidewalks through the nice parks, and there would just be rough-looking homeless people that did not look local, and they would yell at people, and you think this is not safe for anybody. I'm a decently big guy, but if I'm a woman and I want to go run, or I'm a high school girl and I want to run on the trails, I'm not doing it. And that's no way for Americans to live. I don't have that problem out here. There are issues, it's not perfect, but I don't have that problem. And I'm building a secure homestead to prevent that sort of thing from encroaching on my food, on my animals, my friends, my community, my family. I'm not going to deal with it, and you shouldn't either. You should begin to make life better where you are. But that starts with finding your hope. Don't be like everybody else. It's easy to lose hope. It's easy to lose hope. And I understand why people are losing hope. But we have to give them a reason. We have to wake up. We have to smile. We have to encourage them. Even though we may just be watching the country burn down on the last couple of years that has left, or last couple of decades. It may be a spiral going down the drain. Sure feels that way. Now that's kind of a negative way to end this video, because I'm going to wrap it up now that it's been 10 or so minutes, but that's where we are. The country is spiraling down, but you as an individual can still control your world. I know it's rough. It's only going to get rougher. One of my favorite morale patches says, don't worry, it gets worse before it gets worse. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I'm David. Rip's asleep over here. Rip, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Say hey to everybody. Say, hey, there's Rip. All right, what do you think, man? You see everybody in YouTube land? What do you think? Yeah, he's on guard. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Be strong, America. Stay wild, stay free. Okay, I'll see you. Thanks, bud.